Sweet, welcome back to Electroculture Part 2. And we already talked about making those little tiny mini rods, having a point, and then having just a little bit of copper at the end. I'll tell you guys what to do with that in just 1 second. So the idea of the copper wire is we're trying to take energy, and with energy, you can transform it, you can manipulate it, you can direct it, you can't make it dissipate. So there's already energy. If you look at ancient tech, there's already energy. All that we can do is amplify it, redirect it, transform it, but again, you're never gonna make it dissipate. So the idea is that we're using a conductive material to take that energy in a spiral, which energy already moves in a spiral or waveform, and we are trying to put it in a place that is more meaningful, not only for us, but the earth that we live on. So the idea of this is that I take this and I put it into the ground. Obviously I put it close to the plant. This, when we had this, was like 4 to 6 weeks of no leaves, no life. Obviously we have the mulch, obviously we have good soil, so we're not just like putting copper in the ground and just saying fuck it, let's let it grow itself. That's not how this works. You have to make the effort. But when you put this into the ground and you can just get closer to those roots, if you break a root, you're fucked. Don't break roots, okay? You're gonna have to go nice and slow and get it nice and close. And then your goal is just to let it be there and treat it as you normally treat it. Let it get the sun that it needs, let it get the water that it needs, and you will start to see a difference. In 3 days of having this, I started to notice within those 3 days, the first day, just a little bit of green on these stems like that right there. I was like, oh, cool. Second day, started getting a little baby leaves. Third day, whole thing was full of leaves, and I was like, yo, this is awesome. So anyways, again, it is meaningful in how you use it, and you can't expect to just put copper in the ground and get immediate results. You have to put in the effort, water, sunlight. Got to know what you're working with. And so I do have a ton that are around in this yard. I have a very impressive one that I'm going to show you guys right now. So I put this one into the ground right here, and like I said, put it close to the root. Just make sure you don't puncture or damage the plant that you're putting it nearby, but you do want it relatively close. We had just this one growing right here, and this was shorter than the copper rod that I had put into the ground with the coil. And then from the same plant, the same stalk, another branch had started growing just 2 days within that time. This had doubled in size, and so super impressive. Again, you still can't just get away with putting copper in the ground. You still got to do that work. Give it water, give it the right amount of sunlight, do what you're already doing. This is just going to make everything work 10 times better. And like I said, with energy, we can transform energy, we can manipulate energy, we can amplify energy. And in this sense, we are doing all of those 3 things with this.